Tell me, why do I have to yell to get these children to listen? Why can't children just listen? Leave that place. Tidy your room. Now, so, nagging. I repeat myself. Must I repeat myself before these children listen and do what they're supposed to do? Tidy your room, lay your bed, do your chores. Every time, repeat. Is that how it's meant to be? To be honest, this is the question I get asked all the time, and we'll be delving into how to get your child to listen without you nagging, yelling, spanking, or having to repeat yourself. If this is something you're looking into learning and knowing about, then you want to stay till the end of this video. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, precious mommies. Hey, precious, if you're not mommies, don't be jealous, daddies. Hey, precious people, thank you so much for taking out time to watch, to join in on the conversation today. So it's a conversation, as you know, it's a conversation. And I'm just going to be, just talking about a few things that have helped me, that have helped other parents, other moms out there as well, because I know, yes, it's we moms that are. I know I've been saying it all the time. It's we that we know how to nag and yell. But anyway, it's going to be coming to an end gradually. But trust me, you have to be consistent with whatever, we're going to be discussing today. It's just not doing it once or twice or thrice. Children need consistency. You have to be consistent with everything that we're about to, discuss. So tell me in the comments, do you find it challenging to get your children to listen? Do you have to say it like once or twice? Now, when they're not listening, now you have to shout. Let me know in the comments. I know that a lot of moms do face this. Let me know. How do you deal with it? When you shout, do they now listen? When you repeat yourself like 100 times, like, bah. Now only me come waka. Now only me waka come this world. Did I kill my mother? I did not kill my mother. No child can come and be killing me here. I hope I'm saying it right. Anyway, so I know it can be a lot, and you're thinking, why can't these children just not listen? If I tell you, even for my younger children, for toddlers, even the teens, those ones, they're on another level, and these are the challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis, and it can be frustrating and overwhelming for you wanting to, go on and on as to getting your children to listen. So anyway, let's come back to the reason why we're here. So number one way is like, how do you get your child to listen? Number one is use positive words to connect. I know, many times, and it's purely very psychological, we're always tempted to talk when the children have done something wrong. So the times that they've done, you can't tell me that your child has not done anything to impress you or to make you proud. So even for your younger children, let's say the toddlers picks up a toy and gives it to you, instead of you to say, oh, well done, high five, you did a good job, but you would just overlook it, just say collect it, thank you. Your older children, even your children, basically your children, when they've done something that you've actually not told them to do, and they do it, maybe they tidied their room, maybe they did their chores, is it not your job? Are you not supposed to do it? But if they've taken initiative from time to time, acknowledge it and say, well done for doing that, so that the times that they're not now doing what you've asked them to do, they know that, okay, if we don't do what we're meant to do, mommy is going to call us out, like, tell us that we've not done this well. And they're more cooperative because they know when they've actually done something right, you're going to praise, their effort. You're going to use positive words to say, well done, you did an amazing job. Even if they did not do it well done, I'm so proud of you, but you could improve, you can improve in this, or you do this better next time. So let's use more of positive words. At least think about it, for maybe every let's say for every one wrong thing you're calling out, give like 3-4 in terms of praising their efforts, to acknowledge that, oh, you guys, you've done amazing. Oh, my little boy, my little my princess, well done, you did this, and good job. that kind of a thing. So it tends to improve cooperation in having to get them to listen, because they know, okay, you're not biased, or you give compliments freely. Not, is it not your job? Do you say thank you to me when I go to work? That kind of a thing. Then the second is create routines to avoid repetition and shouting. So this really worked for me, especially this, it even works, but it really worked when they were quite young. And when you have older children, like teenagers, they kind of, I can't say they kind of know what they're supposed to do, but I know some teenagers, you have to tell them what they're supposed to do. But at least they can follow through. If you are consistent, they can follow through with routines. But for the younger children, it's better because they still need your guidance. So it's better you create a routine. And what do I mean by creating a routine? So in the morning, you wake up, you pray, you take your breakfast, or before, after prayer, you have your bath, you brush your teeth, you lay your bed, you tidy your room, then you have your breakfast, then you go to school, you come back from school, you do your homework, till bedtime. Have that routine. When you consistently do that, children thrive on routines. If you don't have routines, you confuse your children, they do whatever they want to do. And when you're asking them, do this, they're thinking, why am I supposed to do that? Why do I have to listen to you? Why do I have to do that? Because the day before, they didn't do that. 2 days ago, they didn't do that. Okay, maybe a week ago, they did that. And you'll be thinking of your head, that's what you're supposed to do. But if you have a routine and your children consistently do that day to day, yes, you might not follow through with your consistency like 100%, but if you follow through 80% daily, your children already know that, okay, when mommy is waking me up, okay, it's time to wake up. So they're more cooperative to brush their teeth, to have their bath, to lay their bedtime, because it's a routine. That's why children, if you, as a psychologist, children thrive on routines. If you don't have a routine and you're just walking blindly, raising your children blindly, you're not doing yourself any good, or your children any good. You're actually you're not you would yell, to be honest, because your children will be less cooperative when there's no pattern. So children thrive with a pattern, like a consistent routine. So have a routine, a daily routine, for your children. So anything that they require to do in the course of the day, just write it somewhere, paste it. And if you have children over 5, create the routine with them. It makes them more cooperative. Ask for their ideas. Oh, okay, do you want to tidy your bed before you brush your teeth, or do you want to brush your teeth before tidying your bed? That kind of a thing. Have that conversation with children over 5, but less than 5, you create that routine with them. And you can also use images for the younger children. They tend to, just look at the pictures and know, oh, this is the next thing I'm supposed to do. Then the next one is avoid yelling. Yelling, I know, like mothers are used to, do this, what is happening? You children, you will not kill me. So just avoid it. What I always, say is that the way I'm talking to you, I can communicate that same way. What you want to do is allow your children, you want your children to take action. So rather than yelling and talking is the same action you would want them to take, but your delivery is different. But the action from your child is still the same, to take action on what you've asked them to do, but the way you're communicating it is different. It's either you choose to yell or you choose to speak or talk. So why not talk? Because whether you yell or you speak or talk, it's the same thing. You would want to say, what is happening? Oh, what is happening? Why have you not done this? So if you can just actually tell yourself that, I just want to communicate with this child. So why would I choose to yell rather than talk or speak? Simple, isn't it? So even if you would have to repeat yourself, rather than give yourself high blood pressure on yelling, just choose to speak and have like tones of when you're upset, tones of when you want to get your children to listen, tones of when they've done amazing things, because we moms, we have the same tone every time shouting, leave that place, take your plate, eat your food, have you done your assignment? Is the same tone, but oh, have you done your assignment? Okay, you need to eat now. Oh, why did you do that? You can see that my tones are changed. So your children identify those tones and they take you more seriously than rather than the same tone. They don't know when you're upset. They don't know when you are happy. Everything is the same. Frowning all the time, shouting all the time. So let's just choose to avoid yelling. This will help your children to listen and cooperate with you, better. And the next one is set clear expectations. What did I say? Set clear expectations and communicate the corresponding consequences well ahead of time. So what do I mean? So you want your children, maybe when they come back from school, you want them to do their homework. You don't want the children just, playing around the house. First, you have a routine, right? So when you have a routine, oh, guys, this is the routine we're going to be working with. And if you do not follow the routine, this is the consequences that you're going to face. So if you don't do your homework when you're back from school and you are playing, then maybe this is the consequence that you will face. So whatever consequence that you feel you want to choose as a parent, that is totally like up to you, right? Oh, you're watching TV all the time rather than study. Okay, maybe you're not going to watch TV for the next 2 days because you can't be watching TV when you're supposed to be studying. Oh, you're meant to do your chores. If you do not do your chores at the right time, then you're not going to you're not going to play today, and you're going to maybe have to sit down and reflect on what you've done, or you're going to write a couple of sentences to say, oh, I'm going to take my jobs, my chores seriously. So, but you have to communicate. What many parents do is that it's when the child has not done what they're supposed to do, when they've not listened to you, when they've not done what they're supposed to do. That's when you say, you did not do this. This is what you're going to face. This is your punishment. Go to that place. Bring your iPad. Bring your game. Communicate it. Let them know well ahead of time that when you do this, when you don't do this, this is what will happen. If you do this, then it can be rewards as well. So it's not only consequences that your children can face. Or if you do your homework consistently, when you come back from school in 1 month, mom is going to take you, you're going to have pizza, or mom is going to take you out, or mom is going to buy this for you, or something, whatever reward that looks like to you. So some children thrive, they do well when they rewarded, but most usually we advise rewards for children younger than 5, but for children older than 5, you don't want it to be about reward all the time, because if they don't care about your reward, they will not do what they're supposed to do. So it's not always about the reward, but consequences to their choices. So if you choose not to do this, this is the repercussion to your choice. Like if I choose not to go to work consistently, then that means I don't need that job. It's either I lose my job or I get a query. That's the consequence to my actions. And that's what you're supposed to start to teach your children from a very young age, to know the power of choices. If you choose to listen, this is the actual, the corresponding consequence or rewards to it, or benefits to it. But if you choose not to listen, this is it. But communicate it well ahead of time. If you're giving your child tablets or games, your phones, communicate ahead of time that if you spend too much time beyond 1 hour a day on your phone, then the corresponding consequence is that I'm going to take the phone for the next 1 day from you. It's not when they've stayed over on the phone and you're not saying, oh, you're always on the phone, what rubbish, blah. You now collect the phone and the child is thinking, but you didn't tell me I'm not supposed to do this. So let's set those expectations, have those clear boundaries, clear expectations. Say, this is what you require. This are the consequences to the choice you make, and you follow through. So it's not when it's working and in 3 months you're like, oh, my child is cooperating. You have to be consistent with it, because children thrive when with consistency as well. Then the final one is avoid threatening and not keeping to your words. So as parents, we're always threatening, if you don't do this, this will happen to you. And you know what happens? You don't follow through. So I always tell parents, if you are saying, if you don't do this, if you do not do your chores, you would not, let me tell you one story. Let me tell you a story that happened, when my children were very young, and they were about, at that time, I know that my first was about like 3, so the second 2, because just about a year between them, so like 3 and 2, or so to say, I think about 3 and 2, or yeah, or 5 and 3, something like that. I can't really remember, but I knew they were less than 5 years old at that time. So I think they were 3. They were quite young. It's not 5. They were very young at that time, 3 and 2. So I said, you know what? If you guys do not tidy up, because without routine, they usually tidy up their toys before they go to bed by, after dinner. No, before dinner, they do tidy up. So they usually tidy up at 6. So they have their dinner by like 6:30, because their bedtime is usually around 7:30 at that time. So I said, if you guys do not tidy up by, I even just said that day, I said, by 7, if you don't tidy up, nothing is happening today, no dinner for you. And on a good day, my children were very cooperative, even as young children. But that day, like I always say, children will test you. A child that is doing all the good right things today, tomorrow might show you pepe. So it's just that you have to be a step ahead of your children all the time. What you need is a step ahead, right? Always ensure that you're ahead. So what my toddlers, what were they doing? They were just playing, or they didn't listen to me. I said, hey, you people will not eat dinner. By 7, if you do not tidy up this mess, no dinner. But I just thought that they were going to tidy up, because they've always tidied up. And that, lo and behold, that day they did not tidy up. It was the most difficult decision of my life. But I told myself that day that if I do not follow through, these children would not listen again. Like, this woman is not just bluffing. She will give us dinner. That day, my children went to bed without food. Yes, they did. I could not sleep well that day. I was just like, God, let morning just come so that these children can eat. But they did not eat that. They did not eat. I didn't give them dinner. I said, okay, it's 7 o'clock. You guys did not, you didn't tidy up. So you're going to bed without food. And that's it. Yes. And they went to bed without food. But you know what happened? That was the last day. They are obviously there. And I said my eldest was about 3 years old then. So they were about 3 and 2. That was the last day that my children would like, oh, she's just calling it bluff. That they would not listen to. If I say, you know what, you guys, I give you to this time, you need to do this. From that day, they started, I've never seen a situation that they would not do what they're supposed to do at the right time. So what am I saying? Threatening would not work. If you're going to say you're threatening or saying they would not do this, ensure that you keep to it, and not just say, you cannot kill me, Jerry, and you just follow through and you just let it go like that. They would keep not listening to you. So whatever you are trying to say, so if you know you would not follow through, do not use those lines. Do not say you will not watch TV, you will not eat, you will not have your snacks. If you're not going to follow through, then don't use it. And that was the last time I ever used food as a consequence. Like, no, because I know I want them to eat anyway. So that was the last time that I used the food as a consequence, because I know, but I just said it that day, like, these children, they will want to eat food now. But I mean, so anyway, those are the few points that I know that can help you, as it's helped me. It's also, helped other, parents that I work with as well. So let me know, do you have any story like mine as well that you can share in the comments to say, oh, I said this, they didn't listen, and I followed through till the end. Or your story might be, I'm constantly just repeating myself and they're not listening, and I'm going to try these few things that you've shared with us. So thank you so much for staying till the end. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Till the next video. Love you and have a great day.